Hello everyone and welcome to Paragon Gaming UK. I'm Paragon Greenie and today I would say it's a little different, but it's still showing you a gameplay. This is Star Citizen. This is a totally crowdfunded game. It launched on Kickstarter and raised, I think it was $2.1 million, and then since then has gone on to being able to, but it's been crowdfunded on the website basically. On top of that 2.1 mil, they've now earned, I think it's $17.8 million. It is, I think it's the biggest crowdfunded game ever. And if what they say is to be all implemented into the game, it's going to be my favourite game ever. I mean, yeah. So this video is, I'll go over a bit about the game. I'll go over everything as much as I can. However, the video might be quite long, so you know you'll mostly be here. I'll show you around. I'll show you what you can do at a minute on it, and it'll mostly be me just explaining stuff to you. So right now you can buy this game on the website. The minimum you can get alpha and beta, which is I'm in. Well, actually, what I'm in right now is pre-alpha. So I currently get 20 FPS while recording. I get 30 normally, but 20 FPS. However, it's not optimized whatsoever. It's built on the CryEngine 3, and it's made by a company called Cloud Imperium Games. And the guy behind it is actually Chris Roberts, who did Wing Commander, Freelancer, and Privateer. All those games, all the Wing Commanders, obviously as well. And it's set in the 30th century in the Milky Way, and it's a space game. It's a space simulator. You can currently buy it. I think $30 gets you this ship, what you can see in front of me, this same hangar, and the game on release. No alpha and no beta access. For $40 you get the same package but with alpha and beta, and then there's more and more expensive packages. You can buy, say, one of the ships I've got, which I'll show you in a minute, my 300i, gives you the same package, but a little bit extra in-game money, and a different ship, a better ship. There is some ships, such as the Constellation, which is actually $225 for the ship alone, not including the game. And you might think, pay to win. No. The whole point is, you buy the Constellation now because it's a good way to support the game. You get a ship out of it, and you can support the game. Everything you can buy right now on the website can be acquired in-game with in-game money. This includes the Constellation, and from what I've read, if you play the game, it'll take about 60 hours of game time to be able to save up enough money to buy the Constellation. Or that's what it is. That's how long it takes currently. So, yeah, don't think pay to win, because I see these arguments all over the place. That's not how it works. If you buy the game on release, you'll still get, well, I don't know, we don't know what ship you get to start with actually, but you'll still get a ship. You can, you also get, if you get it now, you also get insurance. So this one you're looking at in front of me, my Aurora, RSI Aurora, Robert Space Industries Aurora, that has 3 months insurance. My other ship has unlimited, thanks to a guy you might know if you watch loads of videos on space, called Scott Manley. He traded me to be able to get the lifetime insurance. So as you can see straight up, the game is highly detailed. I'm getting 20 FPS. I'm only recording at 15, which is odd. It's a highly detailed game. There's a few bugs, such as this wall over here, which is just weird, the back wall, but it's a highly detailed game. You have, the idea is you have a hangar. You can get in your ship, you can sleep in your ship, you can dock to other people in space. Think EVE Online, but you're not point and clicking, you're actually flying the ships in first or third person. You can have larger ships where you need to hire AI NPC crew, or you can have friends pilot it online. Like the I'll use the Constellation again as an example, as the Constellation has 4 seats, a pilot, co-pilot, and I don't know if the other two guys do the guns, possibly. I'm not 100% sure on that. I can't see them doing the guns actually, because they're behind and not got a good view. We'll find out. Anyway, so yeah, you've got the Constellation, and you can have two pilots, a guy on a turret. No, actually, the guy on the turret at the back is on the Freelancer, but the Constellation also has a little fighter inside it, which a guy could get in if you get into battle. All the ships have cargo holds. This ship, I don't know where the cargo hold is. This here, I'm going to go back into first person. This in here is my bed. Yes, I can get in my bed. My screen goes through certain parts of the game. It's pre-alpha, as I said, so it'll get sorted. But yeah, the idea is with a bed, while you're in space, you can jump into your bed and get out of your ship. And it's basically like a way to leave while you're in space. The safe way to leave. Obviously, you can see me just laid in my bed. So if I get back out of my bed, so that's how you basically save and leave. Yeah, as I said, think EVE Online, but fly third person or third person, not point and click. So I'll show you what the cockpit view is like. Obviously, when I get in and out of bed on the game, my door will be closed. I don't think currently you can close it. This door here, which is closed, will be used for docking to other ships in space. So a little thing extends. I think if I'm right, yeah, you can see there's two separate parts. I think there's slight airlock inside, so you can see that you can dock in space. Docking can mean multiple. The game has so many features. Right, docking can mean you just with a friend in space, or going around a planet, orbiting a planet or something, and you just dock to each other's ship and just have a walk about each other's ship. Obviously, there's not much to walk about with this specific ship, but you know, you can still walk about. This is the cockpit view for the ship. All these dials will be working. Computer's making some really weird noises right now. All these computers will be working. All these screens at some point. But yeah, this is the interior. You can look about when you fly in. There's a slight bug with this one. That weird white thing there, or the two white things. But yeah, and the joystick movement on here is a bit jumpy at the minute, but it's only right now. Afterwards it will get fixed. It's not optimized whatsoever. It's pre-alpha. All you can currently do on the game is go inside your hangar and look at your ships. You can't fly anything yet. However, come December, the dogfighting module's out, which gives you PvP and eventually PvE fighting in your ship in like a simulation, so you can test it. Test your ship. So yeah, this is my ship. Docking could also, as I was saying, include enemies. Enemies could dock to your ship and break in and steal it or kill you and rob any cargo you've got, and stuff like that. It's not if your ship gets destroyed, you don't lose it. You get a replacement as long as it's insured. Luckily for me, my second ship does have insurance. You can upgrade your ships. These are the current guns I have standard on the Aurora. It's not the most basic Aurora, is a civilian Aurora, and it's just there's no red stripes and no weapons on it. But everything else is on my ship's pretty much identical. If I could find a way up, right, here we go. So I'm up top. So up here, I can actually add when the game's released a 10-ton. This ship currently holds 5 tons of cargo. I can hold an extension, put an extension on it, which holds 10 tons, adding the total up to 15, which is pretty good. So this is the basic ship and the basic hangar. What you'll get for the $40. If you want to go $65, you will get this beast. This is the Origin 300i. Looks very similar to a fighter plane. It's supposed to be the BMW of space planes. You see I've got a weapon there. I've got another weapon on here. Up on the top, which I'll show you. I can. Have I got a gun already up there? I don't think so, but I can add two missile launchers. The Aurora also has space for a missile launcher on the top. The game is coming out in 2 separate stages. I don't know. The single player is going to be called Squadron 42, which is very similar, I think, to what the Wing Commander games was like. However, the actual persistent online world is going to be called Star Citizen. So this black bracket here, I think it's just a bracket. It's a bit hard to tell from the lighting I've got, but that's where you can hold missile launchers, and another one on the other side. So yeah, you can have 2 missile launchers. As you can see, this ship is a little bit more spacious. I can't get back in. There we go, I'm in. This has its leather interior. A bed folds out in this hallway from maybe the bottom down here somewhere. This also has docking capabilities through that. Ladders come down here, and I can go up and dock. So this ship has a much nicer cockpit and a swivel seat, which isn't all battered like the other ship, like the Aurora. Well, there's so much more to talk about. I could be here all day. So, dogfighting modules out December, where you can dogfight in your ship. Social and Planet Side is out March, April next year, which means you can go into bars, into shops. Whether I'm going to guess it let you meet other people on it, but I'm not 100% sure on that exact details yet. I just know it's out. 2014, March, April. The game is out 2015. We have the Squadron 42 Alpha is supposed to be in August 2014 to test the single player, and the online is going to be out. The Alpha and Beta is going to be out late 2014, early 2015 before the game releases. The map size. Right, EVE Online, you get in your ship, you click, oh, I want to warp to here. You go into like a cool looking warp thing where you see planets and stars floating by you. And you get to your destination and jump through it. This is slightly different. The average, so some are bigger, some are smaller. The average solar system, it features our solar system, this as well. So the average solar system takes 8 hours of normal flight to get from one end to the other, manual flying. 8 hours, just from one end to another. Bearing in mind, this game will launch with 100 star systems. 8 hours from one end to another, 100 star systems. That's quite a lot, and they're constantly going to be getting adding more. Also, because that's a very long time, you are going to be able to warp with an autopilot, which will still take an average of 30 minutes to get from one side to another. So the game will be huge. It's supposed to be as realistic as possible, but still be able to enjoy it. I think it's more for the hardcore space game fans such as me, and Paragon Vibe as well, who was hopefully going to be in this video as well, but we've had a slight technical issue with that, so didn't happen. As you can see stats on the engine there, and I think them pictures of the ships may show damage later on. Damage is actually a good thing to talk about. Damage will also be very realistic. If I take a shot, if my shield's gone down and my armor's weak, I can take a shot through the back that could hit through the back of the ship somewhere and hit my life support system. If my life support system goes down, as you'd expect, I'm going to run out of oxygen and die. So I've got to repair and get out of that battle and repair pretty damn quickly, because my ship's not producing any more oxygen. This is also the same for thrusters. If you played Kerbal, you know about the RCS thrusters, what help you maneuver in space. These do have them. You've seen the cockpit. I'll show you the RCS thrusters quickly. I think you can see them on this ship. If them RCS thrusters get hit, that's going to very, very much like slow down your. What did that say there? Origin jump works. This is going to very much slow down your ability to fly. So RCS thrusters. It's a little dark. I have seen them. Here we go. There's one there. So if that gets hit without when my shield's gone down. If that gets hit, that's gonna I'm gonna struggle pushing my nose upwards in space, because ships in space don't fly like they do on the planet, as you should know. They need RCS thrusters, basically smaller engines to push them in the right direction. So yes, jump points to get from system to system. Let's say start out in our solar system. You might be flying around. You might get to Jupiter, and you might find an anomaly. You go up to this anomaly, and it's a jump point. And this jump point may be totally undiscovered by any other player. Nobody will know. Well, maybe no one knows about it. At that point, you can put your ship into that warp point, into the jump point, and fly through it. I'm not sure how it's going to work. If you've seen Andromeda, I'm imagining something similar to Andromeda, where you've got to actually pilot through it. Because they have said you have to pilot through it, but it's making me imagine of how they did it on the Andromeda. So you pilot through it, and if you manage to get to the end and get out, then if you're the first person into that system gets named after you for everybody on the game. In the persistent universe, it gets named after you forever, which is good news. So you can then have your mark in the game for all the years the servers will be up, which I can see being a long, long time. So once you discover this new system, it gets named after you. So Paragon Greeny's system or something, or Paragon system. And when I've then named it and got there, I'm not sure if you get the option, but it says I've read I can sell it to the game marketplace for loads and loads of money, I'm going to expect. And then it will then show up on other players. I can basically sell it to the UEE, the United Empire of Earth, and at that point they can give it to all the players, and all the players can then navigate to that system very easy compared to how I had to navigate the first time when I found it. So I'm gonna guess you get a lot of money for doing that. However, I was wondering, I don't know about this for exact, because there's a hell of a lot of information out there on this game, and trying to track it all down can be quite difficult. So I'm hoping you can not sell the information, you can plunder the hell out of that system before anybody else gets there. You could be exploring and find derelict ships, space stations. You can land on planets, however, whether it'll be manual or automated, we don't yet know. Landing on stuff like carriers, like aircraft carriers, but spaceship plane carriers, that will be available to be manual or automatic. However, we don't know about planet landing yet. With the whole atmosphere and the detail, would have to be all on the planets. We're not sure how it'd work, but I'm hoping for manual at some point. He has said what is gonna have for launch and things that won't make it in but will eventually get added. And if you know Chris Roberts well from his other games, he's a reliable guy. He's not gonna take your $40 and run off with it. And as Scott Manley said, this game is it's all about it's just ship porn. Just looks amazing, and the things you can do on it, like I said, with the docking, with the battling will be. I haven't played Squadron Force. I haven't played Wing Commander or Freelancer or Privateer before, so I'm not 100% sure. I have tried one of the X games. I am looking at getting X Rebirth while I wait for this game to be released, because after I found out about this game, did a bit of research on it, looked up a bit more for about a whole night. And then after I found out enough information, I just straight away buy it. I'll be honest, I actually had some bills to go out, and I kind of just ignored the bills and bought this, and now I'm kind of in some shit. But the game will be worth it. Just look at the graphics there, and even if it's only got one seat, I can still have somebody else, say Paragon Vibe again, he can get in the back of my ship and just come for a journey with me. You can. There is some bigger cargo ships there. I could be having a cargo ship with maybe 50 grand's worth of cargo on the back, and then I could hire other NPCs or online players to protect me on my journey, as there will be pirates and online pirates, which could cause some issues, just like they do on EVE Online. I think there will be some rules on the game, such as, well, I'll explain in a minute, but I think there will be some rules, but we're not 100% clear on them yet, as it's really early in development still. So another thing you do, there is police on the game, just like there is on EVE Online on the safe zones. I think on EVE it's above 0.5, the areas you have to be in to be able to be protected by police, but there is police on some of the zones on here. And if you're in a fight, in a dogfight, your ship's about to be destroyed, you can pull the eject cord. Depending on your ship, sometimes some ships have escape pods. You get into your escape pod or eject, and it shoots you out of ship before it explodes. If an online player then shoots your character while you're floating about harmlessly, when unarmed, they will get the police after them, and there'll be some serious repercussions for them. As for the whole dying thing, as long as your ship's insured, you can insure the hull of the ship, which, if, say, this Origin gets destroyed, I will get the ship back and any stock weapons. Any upgrades, I will lose. Any cargo, I will lose, but I get my ship back. The insurance is supposed to be dirt cheap, so you ain't got to worry about paying, what were it, about 900,000 ISK I think I had to pay for my insurance on one of my ships I'm using, or I was using last time I played EVE Online. The Cormorant, I think it's called. And for platinum insurance, I'm sure it's about 980,000. That's pricey. This is supposed to be dirt cheap. I think you can pay to cover your cargo and cover your weapons and upgrades as well, but again, that I don't know if that's been confirmed. I don't want to. If I don't know it's been confirmed, I'm not going to tell you it's been confirmed. But yeah. So certain ships, you have escape pods, which is kind of cool. I like the idea of having to get to a certain part of your ship before it explodes. Death, right. If you eject out your ship, which you should have to be able to do in time, your ship will just be disabled and just be floating around dead in space. You should be able to get out and eject before it explodes. Maybe you'll get some movie-like scene where you eject, just get out of explosion in time and it explodes, and that would look awesome. But if you don't do that, if you're not that lucky, if you die, your character will have so many lives. It could be half a dozen, it could be... I don't know. We're not sure how many lives they're going to have yet. I'm hoping for around 10, maybe more, maybe 15, maybe even more than that. Any high 10 or higher, I'll be fine with. But what happens is if you get killed, you don't instantly die. You will wake up again, as long as you've not used all your lives on your character. You'll wake up again back in a med bay with possibly a patch over your eye because you're blind in one eye, or a prosthetic arm or prosthetic leg, or you could even be paralysed. I can't see being paralysed from the waist down like working, but because you need your feet for some of the ships. However, yeah, that's how it works. You can come back with scars and prosthetic limbs, and after so many deaths, your body just can't. Your body is just going to end up made of metal and plastic, so your body gives out. And at that point, when you die, your money, your reputation, all your ships, everything you've ever done, will then be transferred onto an heir. This could be your wife, your husband, if that's the way you like it, or if you're a woman. Could be your uncle, your cousins, your girlfriend, your son, your daughter, anything at all, anyone at all. You can create that character when you first meet your character. You can create that, but pick who you want it to go to, and that person will then be your new character, and you'll carry on pretty much where you left off. I think that's... one last thing I'll tell you before I go is with funding it now, you will get bonuses. Like I was part of it. I'd already funded it, put money in when we hit the 17 mil mark. So I unlocked an engine modifier and $5,000 in-game cash, which is worth about $5. United Earth, 5,000 United Earth credits is worth $5. 10,000 is worth $10, so on, so forth. The next mark we hit at 18 million, which will be in the next few days, if we've not hit it already by the time this video has gone up. I think what we get is a coordinates to a system where only people who've backed the game can get to. People who buy the game after launch can't get to, and I'm not sure if people who back the game after we've hit the 18 mil might not be able to get to it. I'm not 100% sure on that. But some of the rewards, here we go, another glitch. Some of the rewards do say like you have to have backed it before this date to be able to get the rewards. So I've missed out on quite a few already. So yeah, that's all I can think of to say right now. But I could probably carry on talking about more, but I don't want to keep repeat any parts because I've forgot what I've actually said. It's gone on that long, so definitely check out this game at robertsspaceindustries.com. If you need any help on what package to buy or anything else, just leave a comment or let me know on Twitter, and I'll be glad to help you. Also, maybe thinking about starting a clan up, but I'm not sure if we will, definitely, but we'll let you guys know. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the comments.